Getting to know you, getting to know all about you, getting to like you, getting to hope you like me, getting to know you, putting it my way but nicely. You are precisely my cup of tea.
Well, generally speaking, what effect has the conviction that the Great Tribulation is near? Do others see that we really believe it? It is not wrong to have money. It's not wrong to be rich, but not at the expense of spiritual things. Otherwise, we would be like the man in the parable of Jesus in Luke 12:21 that eventually died, and Jesus said, so it goes with someone that is accumulating riches but is not rich toward God. That's the key, to be rich toward God. And to that end, we really want to be balanced in as to what we want to pursue in this system of things so shortly before the Great Tribulation. In one study, 200,000 in the U.S., 200,000 university students in 390 institutions were surveyed, and the result was that 71% admitted that they go to college for the money that they hope to earn after they finish. See? So most of the college students go for that reason, to have a higher living standard. Some go for the fame, but most go for the money. Sometimes the children wouldn't even go, but the parents push them to go. They want to be able to say, my son is a doctor. So is this really the thing to pursue this side of Armageddon? Now, some have good motives. If they do, we will not judge them. It's a personal decision. Some pioneer throughout college, and they have good motives. But we have lost really too many to the world already. And so it is kind of a danger. This reminds me of an experience that was mentioned in our literature about a young man that had a compulsory behavior. He was always forced to wash his hands many times a day. Just couldn't stop doing that. He hated himself so much for it that finally he decided to kill himself. He bought himself a gun and he pulled the trigger. And the bullet went through his head, but he survived. And some went to college and survived. Now this young man survived, and the bullet had hit this part of the brain that was responsible for his compulsory behavior. After he recovered, he was normal. So the question is, yes, he survived college. In that case, we can apply it to college. He survived that operation, the bullet operation. But would we recommend that to others? That's a different matter.
Felt like a monster inside. I felt like somebody was taking me over, controlling my actions, controlling my thoughts, controlling every movement that I made. I suffer from a disorder called Obsessive Compulsive Disorder. For short, it's OCD. There's two parts of that. The first part's obsessions. Obsessions are essentially unwanted thoughts, images, and impulses that are extremely repetitive and extremely distressing. Compulsions are quite simply, the actions, whether it's mental or physical, that ease the obsession.
Elizabeth McInvale has lost control of her life. The 20-year-old University of Houston student scrubs her hands sometimes up to 100 times a day.
Clean underneath all my fingernails every time.
You can see how raw and discolored her hands are. Her fear of contamination results in many other exhausting daily rituals that she just can't help. Elizabeth suffers from Obsessive Compulsive Disorder, or OCD.
Ritual after ritual, day after day, and OCD becomes a living nightmare.
Elizabeth can't even make it through part of her day without these neurotic, obsessive actions to avoid germs.
So I have to open the door with my foot.
See how she won't even touch the light switch with her hands? And when she tries to get dressed, many of her clothes are off limits.
All the stuff that's contaminated in